Alright, so in this video I'm going to be going over pretty much every new feature in the Sweet Home collab. We're going to get started with the events real quick. This is pretty self-explanatory. You want to do this every day. You can get up to 2 free rewards without spending any money. You can get a random SSR costume at first, and then you can get a creature or a companion if you want. I usually go with the companion, but if you're going for a UR creature, probably get the SSR. Now, if you spend $20, each 20 you spend will give you a XP buff. So keep that in mind. You will also get 3,000 tokens, which is enough to complete an entire pyramid. So if you buy all 3 of these, you can get another 3 rewards from here if you want. Next event is the login event. It'll be 1 through 7 days. This event's gonna last 2 seasons, so next season this should change to the other skin. Right now it's the guy right here. Next season it should be this, hopefully. This guy only comes from the event rankings, which I'll show you right here. He comes from here. Only rank 1 gets a free copy of him. As far as I know, that's the only way to get him. He might be around next season to buy, or from an event, but we will have to see about that. Third event, just some pay to win stuff. There's 3 ways I would go about it. Either buy the first 2 days, nothing else, because it's a scam, or buy all of it and get the free UR, or buy none of it. So the choice is yours. You can get a free reward here every day. It's like some diamonds. Nothing crazy. Now we have the event world. These have been around forever. You just come in here and play the game like normal. Level up your attack and HP equally. Work on doing your missions right here. Would put all your mastery into attack and then just roll for SSR, HP, and attack. No amp, no nothing, just attack and HP. And obviously level up your talents and summon everything you can. Alright, that's it for all the events pretty much. We have guild battle, that's nothing new. And event rankings I already showed you. So we'll get into the main thing, the UR pets. I'm going to show you a level 155 legendary, 1600 pretty much, 1700 with a 4-star, and my UR 29,000. It is a very, very, very clear increase. People ask a lot, like, is it worth to level up your, or to combine your 2 main mythic pets, which would be somebody that's already on your team, into a UR? And absolutely. On top of that, URs have talents that you can roll just like companions. Every time you evolve it, I would imagine you get more companion or talent tokens to roll. And you would just roll mainly health and attack, or one of super high or another super high, up to you, however you want to do it. Abilities, I assume these are like costume rolls where you just pretty much roll for attack or HP and then lock it. We won't see that for a while. This is pretty hard to get because you need to evolve. Now let's get into evolution real quick. They have to be mythic. You can put mythic S's into this dude, mythic SRs, or mythic SSRs. A very, 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 very helpful tip. If you put a star into them, they will be worth double what they're worth without stars. Or triple. You get 20 extra XP per star, and it's only a legendary S rank that you have to put into a mythic. So a legendary dog, you put that into a mythic dog, you get a mythic 1-star dog, right? And this guy is worth 30. But just one without a star, only worth 10. All of these are worth 10. So 3 of these are equal to 1 mythic dog and 1 legendary dog. So 3 mythics equal 1 dog and 1 legendary dog. So obviously, you want to star them. You must star them. If you can get up to 5 stars on a mythic, and this guy will be worth 110. So you put 5 legendary dogs into this mythic dog, it'll be worth 110. So make sure you do that. An SR mythic worth 200. The same thing applies. A star will make it a lot better, but you need a legendary SR duplicate. And I do not have a legendary fish to show you what that would increase, so I apologize for that. But going back into the UR, we have an awakening. This is only available at Mythic plus 6. Nobody's going to see that anytime soon, ever. So don't even worry about it. But as you can see, it just increases your area damage, which is nothing crazy. Unless the percents go up by like thousands, then it's huge. Now I'm going to pull up that I wrote in my guide. I can skim through this real quick in case you want to just see this, my written form of this whole video I'm doing. Just feel free to pause while I go over it. Alright. So here's my little tier list. 2 of these are limited time URs. The blind monster, the one I got, and the muscle monster. So blind monster and tumor dude, Mr. Tumor Man, they are your farm pets. I always prioritize farm over anything for obvious reasons. You're going to be farming 99.99% of the time, so you want that as good as possible. Now, I get around 7,000 SR1 rings pretty much a day, and this will end up increasing it by around like 2,000. So I'll be getting anywhere from like 9 to 10,000 SR1 rings a day, and a 30% IDR increase. Now, I ranked Tumor number 2 because when equipped, increases your experience by 25% for Paragon, that's really all that matters, and the 250% gold. So this guy will just flat out increase your Paragon XP by 25%, which is pretty high considering how little XP we have. All of these bonus stats don't really matter since we won't see them for a very long time, but this skill is by far the best in the game. This is crazy. Now, number 3 in my little tier list is just purely based on your main element. Since I have a green UR, my main element is now green. So I would want this dude right here because he boosts your nature damage and inflicts bonus nature damage on 5 basic hits. So if your main is red, it would be Harkling. Main is Celestial. Muscle Monster, reminder this dude is limited time, so if you don't end up getting him, you're going to be forced to use this guy, which sounds good on paper, but this is nothing for end level players. I have like 9,000% damage for Decisive Strike, so this is like a 10% increase, like a 15, 20, somewhere around there. 6% on the strikes, I mean, that's just luck. You can always retry something to make up for this if you really wanted to. So yeah, that's pretty much it for that. I ranked this guy number 4, and I ranked this guy number 5. Either of these you really want, ideally, you want this dude, or this guy, or this guy, or him, or him. If you get either of these two, if you get Ragus, all bat, sorry, but they are not very good. But whatever one you end up getting first, that's probably going to be your new main element since they boost elemental damage by so much. Now that's pretty much it for the UR creatures. I'm just going to blast through some of the minor changes they made. They removed souls from your active inventory slot, so they don't take up space anymore, which is a huge increase, or a huge change they made. It saves me so much. But you can see here my souls are still all here when I go to evolve, but they just don't show up in your inventory to save space. Another little change is they added 7 new monster cards. So they have the Dark Bat, Venom Beetle, Eyeball, Worm, Golem, Muscle Monster, Blind Monster. The final small change I'm going to go over real quick is the 2 new costume ability rolls. We have Path of Death and Soulgate. This is up to you. I'm personally not rolling anything but Path of Death. But if you want to push Soulgate harder, be my guest. Now we're going to quickly go over the 2 new skills. I think they are both very, very good. First one, Lightning Strike. It's a active skill. It does an AoE screen wipe with a 6.6 cooldown, which is one of the faster cooldowns. Previously we had Bloody Blades in this slot, but now we can put Lightning Strike here. So this will be your new meta farming build. I recommend using this. The new passive skill is a massive damage increase. Basically 5 times 30 at max. 150% more damage at level 1, mine's level 3, so it's a little more. You do 240% damage every 10 critical attacks. You'll probably max this out in 30 stacks in about 10 seconds, probably. Leaving you plenty of time to utilize this huge damage boost. My second preset here uses it without immortality. That's because I use the 4-piece Evil Spirit set to gain immortality, so I can free up the slot for this one. If you do not have the 4-piece Evil Spirit set, or you don't want to use it, then this is how your skills should look. Alright, and lastly, we're going to go over the 2 new companions. These guys are insane. They have double base stats. This guy has 2 health. His weapon decreases the maximum stacks by 2. And his main skill grants a health scaling shield for 8 seconds. So it says after 12 stacks. Since I have the weapon, it's after 10 stacks. So that's basically 270%, so almost 3 times more of my health as a shield for 8 seconds. Alright, and the last dude here, Wook, I would definitely use if you're not an attack based on HP build. So I would use him in your 3rd slot here. Hanayama or Valder should be in your 1st all the time for bosses. Hakan is way too OP to not use. You should always use him. And then I would put the new guy Wook here, since his skill is increases the enemy's damage taken by 25% for 4 seconds. So that's just a huge bonus damage multiplier. And his weapon increases your infernal damage by 30% for 4 seconds, as you can see here. It's crazy how I have his SSR weapon, I don't even have him yet, right? But anyway, I would throw him in your 3rd slot, and then your 4th slot, I have Biscuit here, because this is my pushing setup, and he gives you a shield for 3 seconds, where you're immortal. If you're not doing something where you need immortality, I would probably remove him and put in Retsu if you have his weapon, since he gives you 150% attack for 5 seconds. And he has an attack tag. But that's really just nitpicking, like min-maxing. You do whatever you feel is best. But personally, my go-to stage boss setup would be Hanayama, Hakan, Wook in a 3rd slot, and then I would keep Oliver in the 4th. So that's pretty much it. I tried to make the video short and compact, because the attention span of people are not very long nowadays. So I hope you enjoy this. I don't do videos too often, and I don't really commentate on anything too often. This video is probably going to be all over the place, or rambling, or whatever, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope this helped you. I hope you enjoy, and see you next time.